Hi friends, in our time together today I'm sharing one of my practice sessions of Blind Mary. It's such a beautiful emotive tune coming to us from Turlough O'Carolan, at least as far as we know. I introduced the tune a few days ago, so I'll stick a link at the top and at the end of this video to that original video if you've not had a chance to go through it yet. And I'll also put a link at the very top of the notes to this video to the page on my website from which you could download the music and tabs if you've not had a chance to do that yet. And the music and tabs are always free. These are public domain tunes. Sure, I put some effort into it, but that's to keep public domain tunes in the public domain. I try and always work on providing the core of the tune, and I won't charge for that. Now, Blind Mary is, Francis O'Neill said that this is to play it very slowly. Now again, I'm not sure what Francis meant by very slowly, as I said in that original video, but as I'm watching a lot of people playing it, it's a gentle, graceful, flowing, emotive tune. So while we want to focus on ornamentation some. Ornamentation is to highlight. This is a tune where you're really going to have the opportunity to work on your expressiveness and the gentle smoothness of your playing on your whistles. And for today's walkthrough practice session, I'm using the Sin low D and the Thornton. This is the original Thornton wood high D. And I'll put links in the notes to the video as to where you could get each of these. Absolutely delightful whistles. Now, you know that when I'm sharing a practice session, I like to be as honest and open. I try to be transparent. I'm not saying, oh, I'm here to impress you. I'm here to show you how great I'm doing. I'm here, to be honest, to share some ideas, to share the reality of what practicing this tune looks like. Now, somewhere between I just learned the tune and I'm feeling great about it, I'm often somewhere in that middle range. And today I feel good about the tune, but I'm really working on my expressiveness and what ornaments will enhance that. And that's what I want to talk about as we play. So I'm going to walk and talk with the Sin a lot, and then we'll see if I could just play it on the Thornton. But it all depends how I'm doing. So let's jump in. Blind Mary, just such a beautiful, thoughtful tune. Play it thoughtfully. And so you're walking in, and as I walk in, sometimes I like to say, come in strong on a tune. And this one, I want the tune to just gently begin. Except that little bit of chirpiness that was my whoopsie, I don't want that. I want smoother. I'm having some challenges with tight fingers. All right, let's step into that again. And you'll notice what I'm doing. Just a little bit of note transition accents. And I'm wanting to throw some finger vibrato in there. something like that pace, a little more fluid. Think about for yourself, how can I make this feel? How can I make this a little more emotional? Back to that A part. And for that walk up, there is on some of the early transcriptions, there's a run that's included, kind of like as a harp run. But on the whistle, I'm wanting to differentiate somewhat between the different parts. And so the end of the A part, instead of just going like at the beginning, I'm wanting to throw in between the D and the A and F sharp to get that walking feel back up. You see how that just has a slightly different movement feel to it. And that's kind of what I'm after. And I'm not sure I'm going to do a lot very differently through the second time. I might vary my pace in a couple of places on that A part. In the original video, I said that's the challenge. That A, does it be as smooth as possible on that? Now, notice I felt like I enjoyed the F sharp a little stronger. So feel free to alter, not like radically or crazy, but gently, depending upon how you feel each note transition feels. Notice how when I went down out of the F sharp down to that B, I really lowered my volume on that. So try that out. Now moving from the A to the B part, and then back at the B part repeat is where I put more of a run in. And instead of running straight from the D all the way up to the F sharp, I'll go D, F sharp. That way you're kind of doing a third step up and then running from there. You can go D, A and run, or D, F sharp, A and run, or D, F sharp and run. So that would either be or folks may not know the difference, but you could even vary it on the walk-in to the B part and then do something different on the at the transition back, the repeat. That's probably a good place to fade. And then probably a fade out at the end. Anyway, so it's not highly ornamented, but again, ornamentation is intended to highlight mood, highlight flow, highlight transitions, as well as just adding fun and interest. So let me try it through on the Thornton and see if I could piece this together, because I'm really wanting to get to where the tune just feels and flows all the way through. Get that right out of the gate. Rats. Step into that. Well. I found myself thinking too much. And I was thinking about that first transition into the beat part. And I like that build, and then the end of the beat part. And then let that run fade a little bit. And I found myself thinking too much. And when you think too much, you do what I did. You just get fumbly. And on the end, I'd say at the end of the B part when you're getting there, that's a good place to just sit. Now you sit momentarily, you pause momentarily, and you're right back in. Oh well, I thought I'd do a little better than that. But that's the reality of practice, right? Anyway, I think it's a blast. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to keep working on it because I'm not where I want to be, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. Accept where you are and just plow forward. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.